All right, man, peace. It's Bronzebird here with another video. So, funny thing about this time of the year, March, if you're thinking spiritually, this is the rebirth month in which this is the real new year as opposed to January 1st, the worship of Saturn or the worship of, I was going to say the black moon, but basically just the worship of, the entities that be, which gave you the idea that winter is in the dead of winter. I'm sorry, the New Year's is in the dead of winter, right? And so, the funny thing about this is that we discover this new virus called the Candida Auris, in which we have to do an investigation on this, in which I'm going to be digging in the crates about this newfound one. Is this going to be a lead up to the next pandemic? Because this is something that's been predicted by Fauci and Bill Gates. So, it's funny about how this whole entire thing comes around, because it seems as if ever since the pandemic started off, there has been more of these, viruses coming along in the woodworks amongst the country. And, every single time one comes in, it stops and all these different things. Now, the thing about it is we can go into the prospects of predictive programming. And a lot of those that might pay attention or might have seen it, there used to be this AOL game that you could play in which it says pandemic. Now, it's an old game. I remember playing this when I was a kid, in which you can start up a new virus, you can start up a new pandemic. And the goal is to keep it as flowy as possible, affected around the world, so that most of the countries can't get can't get immunization from it, right? This is something you can look up online, and that would tell you exactly how the powers that be move forward with these type of viruses. Now, this is all just allegedly. I'm going to put out in the woodwind. I'm going to put out in the woodworks and the surface. But, as it seems like, is this supposed to be a lead up to the new pandemic? Okay, let's just check it out for what it is. It says here, the Candida auris is an emerging multi-drug resistant yeast. Public health authorities in several countries have reported that C. auris has caused severe illness in hospitalized patients. Infections caused by C. auris often do not respond to commonly used antifungal drugs, making them difficult to treat. Also, C. auris can persist on surfaces in healthcare environments and spread between patients and healthcare facilities. Patients who have a long stay in intensive care unit have serious medical conditions who has previously received antibiotics or antifungal medications appear to be at highest risk of infection. C. auris can be spread in healthcare settings through contact with contaminated surfaces or equipment, or form physical contact with a person who is infected or colonized. How can the spread of C. auris be prevented? Meticulous attention to infection prevention and control, including good hand hygiene, either hand washing with soap or water, or hand sanitizing with an alcoholic-based hand rub, is critical for everyone, including healthcare personnel and healthcare facility visitors. It is important that healthcare personnel strictly follow infection preventions and control measures, such as the proper use of gowns or gloves. When visiting a healthcare facility, visitors must follow facility directions to prevent the spread of infection. Finally, appropriate and effective environmental cleaning and disinfection by the healthcare facility is a key part of infection prevention and control. And this is where it says the count of C. auris clinical count happened, and it says from 2016 to 2023. Now, my thing about it is this: I just want people to be aware, especially if this is something that's supposed to be revered as airborne, if so, that this is actually the time of the year people are liable to get sick based off of the pollen that comes out of the trees as they blossom from approximately March all the way to May. So that's just something that I want people to pay attention to. But do you think this is going to be the prelude to the next pandemic? Or do you believe there's going to be a next pandemic in general? Give me your thought process in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Peace.